What's up, Gear Immortals? Trey Xavier here, back with another Superior Drummer 3 mini tutorial. Today we're going to talk about mixing and matching different parts of the kit to get the exact sound that you want. One of my favorite things about Superior Drummer 3 is that not only did they add a whole bunch of really cool new features that had never been seen in any previous incarnations of Superior or EZDrummer, it's also kind of like a greatest hits of everything that's come before in both Superior Drummer and EZDrummer. So in the spirit of backwards compatibility, they've made it super easy for you to use any of your old kits, any SDX or EZX kits that you've already got, and not just to use the whole kits, but also to use any individual element of any of those kits with any of the brand new Superior Drummer 3 kits. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So we're going to start with the tune track preset called Organic Metal, because it's obviously the most metal one of the bunch. Sounds really cool. Here's a quick sample. Obviously, it's kind of tuned for a metal sound. You could kind of drop this into a metal mix and it would work. But what you got to consider is now every Superior Drummer 3 user who has the core library and plays metal is going to use this preset probably right off the bat. And even though it sounds really great, if you want something unique, we're going to have to start swapping out some stuff. So what I really like is that the mix is basically already there. The presets are dialed in very close, and now, if you want to swap out an individual piece of the kit, you can audition, like for instance, 10 or 20 snare drums using this mix with already the reverb, the room mics, everything that's set up. It's all going to sound the same. It's already going to be basically dialed in, and then you just swap out the snare drum within that mix. If you just right-click on whichever element of the kit you want to audition different sounds for, then you're going to get this whole menu right off the bat of a bunch of different sounds from Superior Drummer 3's core library, and you can try any of these right in the mix that you've already got. Now, that's pretty quick, but even quicker than that is if you go to the Search for Instrument option, it pulls up a much more in-depth and big library of every single library, SDX and EZX, that you've got on your computer. So as you can see, this is a list of every snare that I have in my library that is an SDX or an EZX or the core library from Superior Drummer 3. And then all I have to do to audition them is just give it a click, and I can hear it in the mix that I've already got. You can hear it has the same reverb and the same EQ settings. Now, of course, identical EQ settings are not going to work for every single kind of snare drum, but at least it's a good starting point. So you can try these snares not with this preset on and not in this mix if you just load up a dry kit with that's raw. But if you've already got a pretty banging mix going or a pretty good preset, then this is a great deal easier. So once you found a snare that you like, all you have to do is click on it so that it's highlighted and then hit the replace button. And just like that, it's already loaded into your kit. So for instance, this snare drum came straight out of my EZDrummer 2 modern library. One important thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is that if you're using an EZDrummer sound from an EZX library that you have, those are already processed, whereas the Superior Drummer SDX files are all going to be raw. So when you're hearing this, it's already a processed snare drum, and then it's going through Superior Drummer's processing as well in this preset that we're in. So it's possible that it might sound overly processed and sound very different from what you're expecting or what the final product would be if you were to take Superior Drummer's processing off. So in the interest of that, if I've decided that I want to use an EZX snare, I'm going to go into the mixer window and I'm going to disable the effects that are on the snare drum mics. So now if you've decided that you want to use a particular library for your snare, if you load up any snare from that library, now when you right click, it's going to take you just to this list of snares only from that library. This is a process that you can repeat for any element in the kit or even all of the elements in the kit, retaining the same mixing and all the effects that are on there from the preset, but then just swapping out different individual pieces of the kit to get a much more unique sound. I find that this is a great and super easy way to get a unique sound out of a preset especially if you're not really a mix engineer like me and you just want to get a really good drum sound that doesn't sound like everybody else's or doesn't sound exactly like you just dropped a preset on there. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe for more Superior Drummer 3 tutorials and other reviews and content that we do on the site. And for all of the Superior Drummer 3 tutorials so far, please check out this playlist. And I'll see you real soon.